priests and ministers rely on online services to write their homilies. That's why you might, at work tomorrow, be talking about somebody about what you heard in church. They might say, our priest told the same story, or our minister told the same story. That's because they're using a common source. I never do that. What you get is what I feel like saying that weekend. I write my own material, for better or for worse. This is a first time ever exception to that rule. It was a week ago Friday. I was visiting friends of mine who live in Reading. They're my age, and they have a private house. They're well-to-do. They have a nice house downstairs for a nice room for visitors. And I was sitting there about 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when I usually do most of my work. It's very quiet here at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm working away about 5:30. Almost had this homily. I had some ideas put together. And I started to hear a lot of noise upstairs. Like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And I wondered if something was wrong. The only people in the house were the grandparents who are my age and their grandchildren who are 4 and 6. I thought maybe somebody got hurt or something. You know, I don't know. So I went upstairs and I said to the mom, who's about my age, I said, is everything okay? Now, there were toys everywhere. It looked like a tornado hit. You know, and there's food everywhere. And she said, Father, it's like this every day. I have no idea what they live with. None. I have no idea what you live with. I sit over there in the nice quiet room I have, and it's peaceful. I feel like watching Eagles highlights. I put Comcast on. I want to read the paper, eat my cereal. I have perfect peace and quiet. Many of you never, ever get that. And I have no idea what it's like to be married. None. And yet the priest is supposed to talk about family life. I had my family's life. I never knew a single parent. We didn't have any single parents in Southside. Mixed religious, but we didn't have any of those when I was a kid. Never knew one. I have no idea what you live with, what you go through, raising kids, happen to be, you know, with the spouse. I have no idea. I can't write this homily. I just can't. So I called some of my friends who are 30s or so. One said, if I was preaching, Father, I would tell them this. There's never enough time. There's never enough money. There's never enough sleep. And if you have a teenager, you know nothing. Yeah, probably good. So you laughed, you were supposed to. But the one said, you know what you have to understand, Father, if you're talking to parents and families, it's called shared sacrifice. Shared sacrifice. See, this is a sacrifice. We call it the holy sacrifice of the Mass. Jesus perfectly sacrificed his life for us. Now, none of us is ever going to have to go through what he went through. But the point is well taken that from a spiritual point of view, your family has to be a shared sacrifice. Nobody gets everything they want. I do. If I want to sit in the tub for an hour, I sit in the tub for an hour. You have to share the bathroom. Maybe there's only one. Maybe there's only so much hot water. You don't know, if I want to go out and get to eat what I want, I get what I want. If you have 4 or 5, family, well, we can't have turkey every night. This one gets one night, maybe pizza, whatever. But everybody has to share. You have to share time, you have to share space, you have to share wishes, you have to... This one wants to go to Disney World, this one wants to go to a show. We can't do both, we can't afford both. So one year we're going to go there, next year we're going to go there, but we're going to share. And when the sharing is perfect, so is the happiness. That was a very good happily married woman who said we have to share sacrifices. And I think that requires a great deal of prayer. That would start here. That we share the meal with the Lord and then go home and realize I can't get everything I want. If I do, my marriage won't last, neither will the family. And if you understand that, then I think you understand the 3 P's of married life that I've always been taught. One is priorities. Not everybody can get everything they want right now. And you have to understand that. 2, perspective. It's not the end of the world if you can't get everything you want. It's just, nothing is that, only God is that important. And the 3rd is patience. The person who understands sacrifice will understand, I will get what I want at some point. It might not be today. But there's a reason that patience is one of the fruits of the Holy Spirit. I will get it eventually. If you have those things, that shared sacrifice, then the kid won't mind when they have to stay home and babysit. What teenager likes to hear that her mother is pregnant? I'm going to be babysitting when I'm 20. Yeah, you are. Or that we have to go visit Grandma in the nursing home. Yeah, you do. Grandma has to be visited. Grandma is very important. And if you have that sense of sacrifice and patience, then you can have a happy family that brings you joy. The bottom line is people say, the four of us form a family. No, the family forms you. The family forms you. And if the family has a spiritual sense of sacrifice, then there can be happiness and joy, and you're close to heaven. Even Jesus, Mary, and Joseph had it out there in the gospel. What are you looking for me for? Leave me alone. In heaven, we'll have perfection. Here, we have the family. Go out and do the best you can. Let us stand, my friends, and we'll profess our faith in Almighty God.